Well, greetings, everyone. It's good to see everyone here again today. I did miss last week, and I apologize for that. I missed being with you guys. I enjoyed doing these webinars for you to give you help you get started with with our program. Had some emergencies and so forth, but anyway, we're past those now, and excited about where we are and where we're going. And we'll just give you another minute or so to get everybody on board, um, and we will get started here momentarily. So. Okay, hold on just a second. Okay, all right, let me get started here. My name is Jim Wagner, and I'm going to be your presenter today again, like I usually am on Wednesday afternoons, and we're excited about where we're going with Ripple. As you can remember from Dave's talk on Saturday, we've got a lot of things exciting happening. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of dangerous things happen and some serious problems that we've had in the Philippines, which have slowed us down and delayed our launch and everything. But we need to continue to pray for those people over there, and hopefully they won't get hit with this next cyclone or whatever that's coming through, and we'll be able to get everybody safe and on board and get our program moving from there. So anyhow, let me get started with you here, and let me pull up my share my screen with you guys. Oops. Okay, and there we go. Okay, this is our introduction and informational training session for Rewards Ripple. We ask you not to record this and put your phone on vibrate so you can get all the information that you need. And we'll walk you through this. We're going to try to do this in less than 30 minutes. Because I want to respect your time, but I also want to get the information out to anybody here who's new. And of course, this will be on social media, so you'll be able to share this with people. So anyhow, let me pull up my PowerPoint here, and we will get started. So our saying at Ripple is simple: play, enjoy, win, share, and then give back to one who needs it. That's from Paul Davis. He came up with that statement. And Paul's doing much better. As you could see, if you were on the call on Saturday, he's doing a whole lot better, and we're excited to have him back. He's a huge part of our organization, and we appreciate all he's done. And Dave, of course, is another big part. He's the operational part of Ripple, and I'm part of his Team Posicash. And so we're here to present this to you, and this is what we're going to talk about today. First of all, we don't want you to overthink this. This is a very simple program. We're talking about the world of rewards points, and I'm sure you're all familiar with that, and you see it all over the place. Airlines, hotels, grocery stores, games, you name it. Just about everybody has some sort of a rewards points. The thing about what makes Ripple so much different than all the other ones, or most of the other ones, there might be a few that are different, but most of them are giving you points because they want you to come back and do more business with their organization. Whereas Ripple doesn't do that. They give you points, and they give you all kinds of ways that you can spend those points and use those points to help yourself. But in addition to that, we're here to help charities, and that's one of our big things that we are trying to do. So don't overthink this. This is a very simple program. Not a simple program, but it's an easy program to understand. But when you grasp what we're doing and you see the potential of what it has to do, it's an enormous thing. It could be the biggest thing that's out there in a long, long time. So, okay, to start off with, let me share with you our introductory video so that you can get a general idea, and then I'll come back and we'll go into some more details.
Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solutions, better known as Ripple. This is a quick video intro of what Ripple offers to their members. As you know, there are many opportunities being offered on the social sites about making you rich with their next big product. As you and I know, they are not always what they say they are. So let me begin by telling you we're not a business opportunity or a get-rich-quick scheme. Ripple is a free platform designed to help charities and struggling people around the world. The Ripple platform allows you to earn free points daily, which you divide 50-50 with a national charity, and use your points for your day-to-day necessities. Let's explain. Every time you play or participate in any of Ripple programs, you're always helping charities around the world. And the best thing is you have the opportunity to pick which charity you want to earn points for, and can change that whenever you want. On the Rewards Ripple platform, we offer many different games, surveys, and postings you can post on your social environment, where you receive points. Then these points you can use on the Ripple auction site. Yes, that's what we said. You earn free points where you can use them to bid on your day-to-day necessities, like groceries, hygiene products, food, and many other items that you may be short of in your day-to-day life. Wow, you may say, but it even gets better. Sometimes we all get behind on our bills, whether it's rent or your utility bills, or maybe you are late on a student loan or credit card payment. Well, just go to the auction site and bid on Make My Payment for Me. Crazy, right? But it doesn't stop there. Additionally, on the auction site, there are luxury items, things like cruises and vacations, airline tickets, even cash money, and all these are free to you if you win the bid. The more games you play in, and the more postings you post, the more points you receive. Then simply place your bid on the product you want. And don't forget, every time you win, your points are divided 50-50 with the charity you are playing for. And guess what? They can go to the charity side of our auction site and bid just like you. In fact, we are setting a new standard for charitable organizations, as they don't have any of the red tape they normally have to go through with a traditional donation. It's simple. Let's say the nonprofit organization is looking for a pallet of water or warm clothes. They just place a bid on a pallet of water, or the warm clothes they are looking for. And if they win the bid, the product is immediately shipped to the people or organization they are trying to help. It truly is a game changer for charitable organizations. Think about it. As soon as they win the bid, the product is on the way to make a difference. No red tape, just true results. In the meantime, let me tell you how this can be life-changing for you and your family. Every time you refer somebody to this exciting program, you get 20% of their winning share of points, and what's even better, 10% of their winning share of points goes to your fundraising program or vacation fund. Make sure you visit our website to get a full understanding how our referral and fundraising programs work. So sign up and start telling your friends and family or anybody you meet about Ripple, as every time they play when you win points. And it even gets better. With some of our partners, you can even win real cash all for playing in their games. So again, share this new incredible platform with your friends and family, which will make a difference in their life just like yours, as they can win their day-to-day necessities just like you. And remember, it can be anything from groceries, pay a bill, or cash. And don't forget, if they win, you win. At the same time, you are doing your part by playing for charities and winning points to make a difference to the people who need the help. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. This is truly to help charitable organizations and struggling individuals. At the same time, make a little difference in your life by getting the day-to-day necessities or the odd luxury items. How can you do this, you may ask? It's real simple. Our advertisers play an 8 to 12 seconds video in our games, advertising their products that fit your profile. And if you want to purchase through the ad, you often are giving a discount. By you watching the advertising, Ripple generates an income that we purchase products for the auction site, where you are able to bid on the items that you want. This is truly a win-win situation for everybody. Sign up now and let's make a difference. We thank you for being part of this game-changing platform, raising funds for charitable organizations around the world. The revolution starts now. So make sure you join us on one of our weekly webinars to find out more. As we say at Ripple, play, enjoy, win, share, and give back to one who needs it. Welcome to Rewards Ripple Solution.
Don't want to listen to it twice. Okay, as you can see, we are a game changer. We're a unique program, like I said before, and we are here to help charities. That's our main goal. But along the way, we're going to help you too. And we call it I Play, We Win. Every time you win points, you share them 50-50 with a charity of your choice. And every once in a while, we're going to give all the points to a charity. Like if there's a disaster or whatever, we can, and that's with your own agreement. We'll give all 90%, all 100% of the points to the charity, as opposed to going 50-50. But most of the time, it's going to be 50-50, 50% to you, 50% to the charity of your choice. Again, this is a community-based program where we're trying to get everybody to help and everybody to win. players, charities, and even sponsors, and you'll see that in a minute. So we want to stand out, and we want to make this a very enjoyable experience. So how do we plan to do that? Well, first of all, we don't want to create a burden. Second of all, we want to create fulfillment and satisfaction. We also want to have a solution for you and the situation that you're in. And along the way, we want to create excitement. So here's how we're going to do it. First of all, there's zero cost to become a member and earn points. So it doesn't take anything for anybody to sign up. There's nothing that they have to put out, no money they have to put out. Just fill out a form, become a member, and start earning points by doing certain things. And I'll talk about that in a second. Second of all, we want to create fulfillment and satisfaction. Everybody knows that charitable organizations are hurting big time, especially in today's economy. They are out looking for money in as many places as they can get, and they're not always able to do everything that they'd like to do. So how can you help charities without having to be a financial burden to you? Well, you play for points. You give half to the charity. The charity goes to the auction. They use their points to bid on the things that they need. It's a win-win for you and the charity. But what about you? Do you have any need for financial help? Different things that you might need? Maybe pay a bill. Maybe you're looking for a new car. Maybe you want to go on a cruise. We have the solution for you, because the points that you get, you're going to be able to use in a very personal way. So how do we create excitement? Well, everybody wants to be a winner, and with Ripple, everybody is a winner. And here's how it happens, okay? You're going to get reward points. And how do you earn those reward points? Well, there's several ways. Most important one is referrals. And you might say, referrals, really? Yeah, it is. Referrals get you the most points that you can get, and you'll see that in a minute. Winner's Circle, that's an exclusive club. We're only going to have 100,000 people in the club, and anybody who's on this call today can get into the Winner's Circle without a problem. Then we have our games. Match It's going to be the first one. It's coming out shortly, and we're going to use Match It as a springboard to the rest of our programs. You'll love Match It, and I'll share in a second exactly how that works. Sports games. We're going to be doing all kinds of sports games. You name the sport, and we're going to do it. And it's basically have your say before the game. Any kind of a game you can talk about, either soccer, football, baseball, cricket, bingo, you name it. We're going to have all kinds of games. And but before the game, they're going to give you a series of questions. You answer the questions. If you get them right, you get points. During the game, they're going to have interactive questions. What's going to happen on the next play? What's going to happen with the next, maybe on a bingo game, is the next number going to be odd or even? Or what's the letter that's going to start it? And so anyway, there's going to be lots of ways that you're going to be able to earn points and be interactive. And along the way, you're going to be able to play with your family and friends and for people around the world. So these new sports games are going to be absolutely incredible. And once they come out and you see what we've got, you're going to be absolutely amazed. Posting banners. We're going to put banners in your back office. Post those banners on your social media sites. We're going to give you points. Surveys. Our sponsors and people who are interested in helping us are interested in you and what you thought of your visit to their site. When you complete a survey, we're going to give you points. And there's much, much more to come. And you're going to love the different ways that you're going to be able to earn points. But what do you do with the points? Well, here it is. You're going to take those points and convert them into your everyday necessities. We're going to have an auction site, just like the one you see on the right. This is not ours, but it's very similar to ours. And you're going to go to that auction site with the points that you've got. You're going to bid on items. If you're the top bidder, you get that item. Very simple. And here's an example of some of the categories that we have. It's very rare. This is just a real brief sample. But you may say, well, there's nothing on there that fits what we're doing in our country. Well, let us know. And we will try to accommodate your wish, because we want everybody to be able to get involved and to get things that they need for their particular organization and their particular country. Hang on. Okay. So how does the auction work? We call it our second chance auction. That's what makes the difference. This is something new, because here's how it works. After 3 separate bids on any particular item, you lose those current points. They go into a holding bucket, and that bucket is shared equally company-wide November 1st of every calendar year with everybody that's part of our program. So you don't actually lose the points. They just go into a bucket, and you get them back like right about now. When you think about the holiday season, what would you do if you had 100,000 points? You can bid on all kinds of things and take care of your food needs, gift needs, and things like that as you're entering the holiday season. But here's how the auction actually works. This one is set up with two people. Just now, there may be 1,000 people, but just these two are doing this particular auction. And it's Tom and Sue. And you start with Tom bidding 10, Sue 11, and so forth. Tom finally bids 14. That's his third bid. If the bidding stopped right there, he'd get that item. Let's say it's a food basket. But in this case, it doesn't stop there. Sue bids 15 points. Tom loses those 14 points. They go into that holding bucket. But again, he gets them back as part of the group that was involved in the in our program. And on November 1st next year, he's going to get back his share of the points. Now he can actually continue bidding, but he'd have to use new points, and that would reset every 3 bids. So it's a way that you can bid on items, go as high as you'd like to go. But we don't want people to spend recklessly. We want you to spend reasonably and think about all your bids before you go ahead and spend those, because it's going to take a lot of points to be able to get the bids, a lot of the bids. So you want to try to get as many points as you have. But the charity auctions are a little different. In fact, they're a lot different. So how do charities benefit? Well, first of all, there's a special auction just for charities. We don't want charities to have to bid on items that are personal items for you guys. We want them to bid on items that they need for their mission and goals. That's our desire. We want to help them. So they're going to have a special auction just strictly for charities. Also, they don't lose the bids if they lose. They don't lose the points if they lose the bid. We want to help them. We don't want to penalize them. So they can keep their points and use them to bid on another item down the road. So it's another positive for them. Also, and this is important because in addition to money, charities are looking for exposure. So with our program, we're going to list each charity with the charities that players can choose from when they play in a game. And so if you have a charity and we have you listed, you're going to be exposed to people all over the world. And as they look at at your charity, they'll see your charity. You might let me finish the rest of these and I'll explain how that actually works. First of all, you're going to give us that 8 to 15 second video, and it'll be placed in a rotation of videos that players watch before they play in a game. And in other words, it's a way of exposure. And in addition to that, we're going to put a link to your website on Ripple's website. So there's all kinds of ways that charities are going to get exposure around the world. And after watching that 8 to 15 second video, and I'll show you that in a second. But after watching that 8 and 15 second video, they might say, wow, that sounds like an interesting charity, and look you up and maybe become a supporter. You never know. I mean, it's exposure, and that's what most organizations are looking for. So how do charities take advantage of this? Well, first of all, you got to apply, sign up, fill out the form, let us know that you're interested. Second of all, get approved. That's simple. We're not going to let an organization come on board that's not a legitimate charity. But if you're a legitimate charity, you'll get approved. Then we want supporters. Do you want to let your supporters know? And what do you want to let them know? First of all, that they can play in free games and get points for themselves in the charity. Second of all, they can use those points to bid in auctions. And then you want to share the Ripple video with them so that they can share it with other people and help the charity and themselves. Also, you want to post information about Ripple on your website so that you get more exposure, and also promote social media. And then, of course, Then, of course, you want to supply us with that short video about your mission, because that's where people are going to learn a little bit about what you're doing. And there's ways that they can get back to your website and see exactly more information of what's going on with your organization. So let me share with you how the game Match It works. And I've played a game very similar to this for a number of years. It's a great little game. It's very simple to play, and it's a way that you can earn lots of points in a quick way. First, what's going to happen is you're going to get a screen's going to come up and it's going to say, which charity do you want to play for? You pick your charity. Once you pick your charity, then you have to pick a pattern. And if you look on the left, you'll see that's what the game looks like. It looks like a heart shape in hands, and there are certain patterns that you pick from. There's probably 8 or 9 different patterns, and you pick the pattern that you want to play for. And if anytime you're playing in the game, and I'll show you how that works in a second, you get the number. You get points for the numbers that you get. And if you get the whole pattern, you get a lot more points. And the numbers are listed at the bottom. Now, they don't come up as a number right away. A link down there says, click here to see a brief video before your number is revealed. So you click there and you watch that 8 to 15 second video. And again, if that number comes up, it goes gold, it turns gold like the one on the right. And here's another thing. If it doesn't come up, if it's not in your pattern, it turns red. But that's not a bad thing for charities either, because what happens at that point, the organization who had the 8 to 15 second video, after it turns red, it goes back to the website of that organization. So again, it's more exposure for you, for your organization. It gives you an opportunity to share more about what you're doing in the world and what your mission and goals are. Now, what happens is these numbers come up every 6 hours. It starts at 12:01 on Monday morning, and it goes to 11:59 on Saturday night. We don't do any games on Sunday. The number comes up, and it stays up for 12 hours, and a new number comes up every 6 hours. So you might say, well, I'm not awake between 12 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning. So that's okay. But because at 6 o'clock in the morning, a new number comes up, and another number. Now at 6:01, you've got 2 numbers up there, and that's the first number will stay up till 11:59 in the morning. So you have between 6 and 12, let's say, to go in and play the game, and you can play both numbers at the same time. So you only have to do this twice a day, once in the morning and once at night. You go in, click on the number, watch the video, get your points if it comes in. If you don't, you go back to the site. And many times when you go back to that site, the organization will offer you discounts, and they'll offer you special incentives to go back and visit their site, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for ways that they can advertise their products. So with less than 5 minutes a day, you can play both numbers. So you can get 4 numbers a day. Every time you get a number, you get points. If you get the whole pattern, you get a whole lot more points. So, all right. So how do the points go? How do you split those points? First of all, here's the deal. You split them 50-50 with the charity of your choice. And now the pattern on the right is what we normally use, but I want to take it and I want to show you a little bit bigger so you can get a complete picture of this. 50% of 100% goes to you. And here's how it's split. In this particular instance, Sue is the winner. And let's assume that Sue won 200 points. Now she's got 100 points. So Sue gets 20% of those 100 points. And you say, wow, she won the game. She won 200 points and she gets 20. Wow, that doesn't seem fair. Well, it's better than that. And it really is good. If you look at you at the top, you're going to get 20% of Sue's winnings as well. And so is Tom. Now, if you look at it rationally, you're going to be, you're not going to have just one Sue. You might have, or one Tom rather. You might have 100 Toms, maybe 25, maybe 50. It's up to you. You decide how many you want to put in. But every one of those Toms that comes in then comes in and they get 100 suits, or let's say 10 suits. So you might have 1,000 suits. Anytime any one of them win, you get 20% of her total points. Now, if that's Sue at the top, now she can say, "Wow, I'll be happy to give just 20% for my win because I get 20% of everybody else that's down 2 levels from me." And that's 60%. 10% goes to the winner's circle, and I'll explain exactly how that works in just a second. The other 30% goes to charity. And so let's look at the charity thing. Now you look at Sue again. She's the winner. How much does her charity get? Nothing. Zero. Wow. I say, that's really doesn't seem very fair. Well, because Sue gets zero, we can go a third level deep. So in this particular case, Paul invited you in, and he gets 10% of the 30% that Sue's got. You get 30%. You get 10%. Tom gets 10%. And now, if Paul at the top has got 3 levels, so if you had let's say 1,000 people on level 2, now on level 3 you might have 10,000 people. Anytime any of them win, your charity gets 10% of what they want. This is where if you pick your own personal charity, you don't have to. If you don't want to, you can make it your own vacation fund. But this is where you can really help with people by just sharing what we're doing. It's incredible what the number of people that are going to be able to be helped with the points that they're going to get from this program. So let me continue on here. Referrals. I told you referrals are the most important thing, and you can see why. Because if you get 5 points for every new member that you register, and 25 bonus points when you refer 25 people. We do this because we want you to get the 25 bonus points, because now if you look back and you look at what I just showed you, if you've got 20 referrals on your first level, on your first line there, and they go out and they get 25, just put the numbers together and you're going to see it's an incredible number of people. Anytime they win, you're going to get points. I mean, it's that simple. And so question is, how many points do you want to get? And you can control that by how many people you bring in. Now, ever since we started over thing, I probably have brought in 50 people. Now, once we get started, now some of them, because it's taken so long for us to get started, have kind of said, well, let me know when you get started and we'll see if we want to do this. But they've already signed up, and so we're ready to go with them. So, but here's what you do. You in your back office, you're going to have, it's going to show you your points. How many points do you have? So what you're going to do then is you're going to look here, and at the top, it's going to give you a QR code and your own personal code. Easiest system in the world. You just have somebody sign the QR code, fill out the form, or you send them the code and they fill out the form. Regardless which way you choose, as soon as they fill out the form, they are linked to you forever. And so anything that they do and the people that they bring in do, you're going to get credit for it. And you're going to get points every time they win in the game. So it's an incredible way to earn additional points and to get yourself going. So now I mentioned before that we had the winner's circle. Here's how this works. There's only going to be 100,000 people that are going to be part of the winner's circle. Now we're not at 100,000 yet. So anybody who's on the call today will qualify for that. If you participate, we'll sign up. And then if you participate in one auction and sign up one new member, very simple. And what will happen is during the course of that month, all the points from the pools, the 10% that were taken out from a win in the Magic game, go into that pool and are divided equally among all the members who have participated in one auction per month and signed up at least one new member. That's that simple. And that goes on forever. We will have millions and millions of people that are involved in our program. And as they're playing games and points are going in there, only 10,000 members are going to get to share in those points because they get split out among everybody who's in the winner's circle every month. So it's going to be a constant source of and new points coming to you every month. So how do we pay for all this? Well, that 8 to 15-second video that we play before the numbers are shown and that sort of thing, and you play in the games, they come from sponsors, and sponsors are looking for eyeballs. They want to get the word out of what they're trying to do. So they're going to do the best with their 8 to 15-second video to intrigue you to go back to their website, maybe get a discount, maybe find something special there. And they're happy to do that because normally they would not get your business. So you go there, you look at that video, and the more people that we have looking at those videos, the more these sponsors are going to be willing to pay us. And all the money that comes from the sponsors this way goes to making purchasing gifts and items that go into the auction site. So the sponsors are going to pay for this, and and you're going to benefit from them because didn't cost you anything to get in, but you have an opportunity to get some incredible things as we move forward. So with our program, it's very important to realize that everybody wins. First of all, you win. You're going to win because you're going to be able to get some of the things that you need and want. But you're also going to have that sense of satisfaction because you're helping charities, and so charities win. And charities can then do whatever they want with the points that they get from you and anybody else that works to help them, and they'll be able to continue to reach their mission and goals. And finally, the sponsors win. So it's a win-win-win situation for everyone. So let me ask you a couple questions. How many charities would you like to be able to help? And especially your own charity. You can see the opportunity of getting points for your charities. Now, and again, if you get in now, you are so early, and it's going to grow exponentially. Can't wait to get started because it's going to be exciting. The journey that we're going to be on. But so you're going to be able to help charities. What about your family and friends? Get them involved so they can be part of the winner's circle. And then what about you? Can you picture yourself on a cruise? Can you picture yourself maybe getting the winning bid on a car? Maybe winning a bid on a food item, whatever it happens to be. And set your goals high, and then get enough points so that you can continue to bid for the items that you're trying to get. And obviously, if you have more points, you're gonna be able to win a lot of those bids. So just do the best you can to get involved and help as many charities and people that you can. And you're going to be surprised how this is going to benefit everybody involved. So thanks for being with us today. We look forward to seeing you in the next training. Bring someone with you. Bring a charity with you. Now, Dave said he's going to send out an email if something breaks, and we're going to be able to do a call this Saturday. So watch your emails. This is a holiday weekend, so things are going to be a little slow so far. So, but get back to the person who invited you to join the call today. Get registered, sign up, fill up that form, and when the game's open, start playing the game so that you can win the points and then get into the auction. So, thanks again for joining me, and God bless.